Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie. Today we are making a card for Kendra's card challenge number 18 and we're using products from Stamps of Life, and I'm so excited about the products that I picked up. So to begin with, I picked up these Jesus phrases. I love this so much. I do a lot of donating to a Christian cause, so that it's going to come in handy. And then these bold statements here are just wonderful. And then I got 3 different pads of paper that I picked up because I love pattern paper and I'm such a hoarder when it comes to it. And these just had some beautiful colors and I'm so excited to be using these. So first I am going to kind of go through these paper pads pretty quickly here. I just want you to have an idea of what comes in them. They do have several pages of cut-aparts, and that's because they sell dies and stamps along with these pattern papers as a bundle, and so you can actually use the dies to cut out that ephemera. I am going to be fussy cutting that today because I didn't pick up any of the dies, but I love that they offer that, especially if you really like to do a lot of stamping and that kind of thing and have those dies, or you don't do a lot of stamping, you still have an option to use your dies with the pattern paper. So that is the first one, that little fairy collection there. The second one here is called Kind Thoughts collection. It has a lot of those florals that they have going on there. I love the ones that are in the vases, and then it has the scripty words that says Kind Thoughts, and then there is some cut-aparts there. But all this paper is double-sided, so if I don't want to fussy cut that out, I can always use the other side. And I just love that they have some tone on tone. They have some plain solid paper there that goes along with the patterns, and it's just so pretty. And then my last one is Home with Friends. This one is really fun because it has dragonflies, it has flowers, it even has some different scenes that you can kind of put together, which I thought was really neat. There's a cute little kitty with some curtains, which is super cute. I love that. I love all the different shades of blue that it has going on. It has some male love bugs, mailing love bugs, and even some KitchenAid. So that's kind of different. Just a real variety pack going on here that I'm really excited to get to play with. So we are going to start with sketch 5 here, and I'm going to start by stamping one of my sentiments. I already cut out a circle for the sketch, and I'm going to use the Guava Simon Says Stamps Positively Saturated ink to stamp this sentiment. So I'm just starting by priming my stamps. It is brand new to me, just to get any kind of residue from the manufacturer off of it. I'm using the sentiment that says "You are awesome," and I'm just making sure that it is lined up correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up now with my guava color. This was the closest color that I had to the pink to match with my card, and I think it comes out really, really pretty. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Now I do use my fingers to kind of press it down, really making sure to give it some time to kind of connect to that paper, and then I do use a stamping tool as well. So I did have to stamp it a couple times here, as you can see, really press down in that middle, but about the third time I got it to fully a good print down. So then I'm going to go ahead and attach that circle to a slightly bigger one. This is my showing off my mat here. I'm just using my tape runner to do that, and then I'm going to give it a good press. So then I'm going to move on to making the core of this card. So I'm going to start by having a white card base, and then my lowest layer is this pink cardstock that I had in my stash. So I'm just using my tape runner for almost all of it here. As you can see in sketch 5, it is shown with just that white. Anything white, black, or gray in this sketch is up for interpretation. These are always starting points for cards. You don't have to do it exactly how the sketch shows. It just has to be inspired enough by the sketch that we can tell that that is where your design comes from. So I did kind of misalign that a little bit, but it's okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the tail ends of my banners. This actually has a couple banners on it, 2 that are vertical and 1 that is horizontal. So I'll have to cut on both sides of the horizontal one. So just using my tape runner again to get good coverage on that, and then I'm going to get that layer down. Now you could choose a completely different color. I chose to go the pink with the pink, just so it kind of has a nice flow, and that way I'm not introducing too many new colors to this particular card, even though because I'm following the flower colors of the top banner that you'll see here in a minute. I could actually have introduced several more, but I decided to try to keep it a little bit simpler. So because I'm of course using my scissors here, I don't always cut the most even banners there, but you know, it's good enough. It's homemade. That's what makes it homemade. And I love how this card turns out. So go ahead and press that right down in the middle, and then I will move on to that horizontal banner. Now that one does have the fishtail on both sides, so we'll get that cut as well. I just cut in the middle and then connect the 2 sides at that angle. That's how I make any of my banners there. So I will get that, go ahead and attach that as well. I'm going to use some foam tape for it just to give it a little bit more dimension, a little bit more interest, because I love putting dimension on my cards. I just hate dealing with foam tape. A lot of the times if I have like certain dies and I need more dimension, I will just cut it out a few times and then glue it together, because I just cannot for the life of me work well with foam tape, especially when I have to cut it like this when it's in strips. I tend to lean more towards the square or the circle foam pieces for most of my stuff, but for things big like this, I need to use that foam tape up. So since I did bump that banner up, I am going to bump up some of this circle. I'm going to go ahead and put some at the top there so it is even, and then I'm going to do about half of that width and put it beneath it so that it's completely hidden by the "You Are Awesome" circle. And then I'm just going to take some liquid glue and spread it all around that foam tape in the middle and a little bit on my circle, just to make sure I have good coverage. And then I'll go ahead and let that kind of dry. And then I'm going to bring in some little gems here that matches the pink. These are so pretty, and I actually use them for all the cards that I am going to be making today because it just flowed so nicely and they matched like all 3 paper pads. So that was really cool. So this is my first card. I love how it came out. I love all those different pattern papers, and it's just so pretty. So then I'm going to be working on the final sketch, sketch 15, and I'm showing you I'm going to be using this one pattern paper, and we're going to make 4 different cards, and I'm going to show you how that works. So I do have my paper all cut out now. You could use either side since it is double-sided, but we're just going to be using the pink. And then I'm going to bring in some of my lunar paste here. This is actually brand new to me. This particular color is called Prom Queen, and it just matched so well with the rest of this pattern paper. So I just had to use it to give a little bit more of some shine. And man, does a little go a long way, y'all. So if you are new to Kendra's card challenge, what it is that it's a quarterly challenge that Cards by Kendra puts on, where she creates 15 different sketches using 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. And that is what we are working on right now, is number 15. And with this quarter, we are actually making 18 cards. And I'm showing you with sketch 15 how it turns into 4 different ones. So, oh, I love the pull away here, y'all. The reveal is just so pretty how that comes out. Anything to do with stencils and mixed media, I am there for it. So I am putting the You Are Amazing. I'm going to be using Rose in the Positively Saturated ink from Simon Says Stamp here. I'm going to be doing a few different ways you can kind of dress up these cards. Even though you're making the same sketch every time, you can mix and match. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up and then press it down. I did put my pattern paper on the card or my card base there, just so I know where I can stamp, since I am stamping directly onto that card base there. And then I'm going to do my second one. I'm going to go ahead and bring in some anti-static powder. We're going to be using the Sending Happy Thoughts, and we're going to be embossing that in white. So I just want to make sure that's even. I am going to remove my paper for that one, just so I don't get any sticky anywhere else, so that that powder doesn't end up sticking everywhere. And I'm going to go ahead and press that down real evenly. Now, today is a hop. That means there is a playlist down below of several of our Kendra's Card Challenge designers, all using product from Stamps of Life. And we actually all have different products. So definitely check out that playlist down below to get a lot of inspiration for the different sketches and for the products. It is a giveaway also, so go ahead and fill out that form down in the description box below for your chance to win a prize from Kendra. You can actually fill out that form at every stop if you'd like. So I love how that turns out. I love watching embossing ink melt like that. And then I'm just using a microfiber cloth to get the rest of that anti-static powder off my cardstock. And that does such a great job. So now I'm going to start putting all these cards together. I didn't have you watch the other couple ways I made cards just because it was repetitive. It's just a bunch of stamping, but this gives you an idea of how to put all these cards together. So I am using liquid glue for this first one, since we are on top of that lunar paste. I really want to make sure it has good coverage. I'm going to put an acrylic block on that, and we'll finish that one in a minute. And then for this next one, it has the You Are Amazing, just with a white card base here. It does have a bit of a border from the card, and so I like that white on white, and it just gives it a little bit more interest. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and attach my pattern paper here. I could use that purple pattern paper as well instead, since it is double-sided. And if you have like specific directional pattern paper, you can change up the sketch a little bit for each card too. Like I said, these are always starting off points with Kendra, so we really want them to be, make it your own. And of course, if you want to play along and create your own set of 18 cards this quarter, all you have to do is check out the PDF down below. You do have to become a Patreon member for Kendra. But it is the free tier. She does have some paid tiers as well, and if you do go ahead and go with those, you do get fun extra bonuses like mini card kits, monthly bonus printables, and just all kinds of fun stuff. So you're seeing me erase my pencil marks. I forgot to do that after I cut it, so I'll do that on each card. I did create a vertical card as well, because my Jesus stamp was a little bit too big for being horizontal with the way I wanted to do it, so I decided to go vertical. And so this kind of shows you how you can change up this sketch a little bit. So originally this is the direction that paper would go, but I am going to change it just because I wanted it to connect more with the Jesus stamp at the bottom, just to really make it connect. So I'll go ahead and get that attached. And then I did emboss the loves you phrase onto some of that pink cardstock that I've been using, because I'm going to go with Jesus loves you, but we're going to make that a little bit thinner. So these are my final cards put together. So I did bump up the You Are Awesome and my Dragonfly on top of this Lunar Pace for that one. And then on the next one, again, I popped up all the Dragonflies. And then in this one, I also added in a few of those little gems. I also bumped up the Loves You. With the Sending Happy Thoughts, I put some faux stitching and a little dragonfly trail there just with a jelly roll pin just to give it some more detail and interest. And then this was kind of the original where I stamped on the base and then everything's popped up otherwise. So these are those 4 cards for sketch 15, and of course this is my other card. So 5 cards today. I love using this product, these stamps. I'm going to be using them over and over and over again because they are just right up my alley, especially for how I donate my cards. So if you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I have new videos out. I try to post pretty regularly during the month, and if you liked any of these cards, go ahead and let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. There's plenty to choose from. So thank you so much, Stamps of Life, for being a super sponsor for Kendra's Card Challenge. I hope you all get to participate, and I'd love to see your cards as well. So have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.